Hi everyone, it's Casey Williams. Subaru owners have no problems telling the automaker what they like and dislike about their products. So I'm guessing when Subaru was redesigning the Forester for 2019, the owner said, we like the exterior styling, it's kind of boxy and that's just fine with us. Maybe add some curves and some creases, but basically leave it alone. And inside, if you can rework the infotainment system, maybe upgrade the interior trim just a little bit, that'd be good. That continuously variable transmission, if you could quiet that down, that'd be nice. And the chassis. It's not bad, the vehicle rides nice, but if you could just refine it just a hair, that'd also be nice. So now I've had some time with the 2019 Forester, I can tell you that Subaru must have been listening, because that's exactly what they did. So let's go have a look. Well, you definitely won't have to look at the badging to know this is a Forester, although it is stamped right here in the headlamp assembly. And if you look at it, it's just as boxy as the vehicles before, which I think customers really like. Kind of gives it a little bit of a Land Rover look to it. I think it works fine. This is the limited trim, so there's a little more chrome on it, a little more glitter on the outside of it. Chrome here, chrome down around the fog lamps, LED headlamps. Of course, the C-shaped driving lamps up here in front, kind of distinctive for the vehicle. Come around the side, 18-inch alloy wheels. And it's a pretty tall vehicle. These body sides from my foot to here, it's kind of a slab side. So the designers put a lot of detailing in it. This crease here, trying to break that up a little bit. Also the black body cladding down below. The vehicle has 8.7 inches of ground clearance, so you can do some fairly serious off-roading with it. And of course the plastic will help protect the body as you do that. Come around the back, there's the C-shaped tail lamps that have become a Subaru trademark in recent years. More black cladding. But overall the vehicle just, it's very recognizable as a Forester, but it just looks a little more upscale, a little more distinctive. With a lot of sculpting. Power hatch. I wish it had the handles inside to release the seat backs as the Outback has, but it's not too bad to reach in, flip it up and let them down. And they're spring loaded. Went down pretty easy. And again, this isn't quite as deep as an Outback would be, but it's actually pretty wide now, pretty tall, and you get a lot of stuff back here. If it's a Subaru, it has a horizontally opposed engine. In this case, it's a 2.5-liter four-cylinder, delivers 182 horsepower, connects to the standard all-wheel drive system through a continuously variable transmission. I don't always love continuously variable transmissions, I've said that many times, but I think Subaru makes one of the best ones. It's a lot quieter, it's a lot more refined than the ones in the past, and I don't think you'll even be disturbed by it. This has auto stop start to help the fuel economy, which ends up being 26 miles per gallon in the city, 33 miles per gallon on the highway. So you've got a nice mid-sized crossover, almost a mid-sized crossover, 33 miles per gallon on the highway, and 182 horsepower. And so that puts them very competitive, plenty of power to get onto the road and get decent gas mileage while doing it. If you've owned Subaru Foresters in the past, I think you're going to find a lot familiar in here, but I think you're also going to appreciate the upgrades. And if you've never owned a Forester in the past, I think you're going to like what they have done overall anyway. And it really starts with the touchscreen. This comes out of the new Crosstrek and the Impreza. It's significantly upgraded, a lot better. The touchscreen's a lot easier to use, a lot easier to navigate. You can direct tune the radio, and I've got an older Outback, and to me it's just a lot harder to use than this one. Volume tuning knobs, again, just very easy to use. It's got a home button, it's got a phone, maps, media, inputs here, Apple CarPlay, swipe it, radio, very easy there. Or there's buttons down below for the radio, navigation, app suite. It does have Pandora and AHA linked here, or Apple CarPlay again. Media inputs here for your players. So again, I think it's very easy to use now and very nice. Down below, dual zone automatic climate control. You've got rear vents in the back to keep everybody comfortable. You've got a panoramic sunroof also, I think it's very nice. And this car also has Harman Kardon audio system, which sounds really fantastic in here. We've got heated leather seats up front. And some of the other things I think that they've done, again, just to make it a lot nicer and just upgrade it. This is the limited trim, so it has, all the really nice trim in it. But the stitched dash coverings, it's very soft, plush here. Doors are plush. A lot of competitors, there's a lot of hard plastic on the doors when you start tapping around. There's some hard plastic down here on the dash, but this kind of looks like aluminum trim. And it's also textured down here and textured here on the console with stitching and a little bit of the metal look. So I think overall it just feels very upscale and very nice inside the vehicle. And being Subaru, they really put an emphasis on safety. So their twin camera eyesight system is now standard on the vehicle. So that's for the lane keep assist, the forward collision warning system, adaptive cruise control, and the forward collision auto brake. So that's very nice. It's on there and really shows how much they care. This vehicle also has some other safety features on it. Has blind spot warning, Also has rear cross path detection and rear auto brake again. So a full suite of safety gear on a very luxurious vehicle. If you look at the specifications for the Forester, you wouldn't think there's a lot of difference between this vehicle and the previous generation of it. But it's really in driving it that you notice the difference. It's a brand new architecture. It's just a lot stiffer, it's a lot firmer, and they've thoroughly reworked the four-wheel independent suspension system. And to me, it feels a lot more like an Audi. You just go over rough bumps, and you can feel them, but it just doesn't shake or quake the vehicle in any way. It just kind of just glides right over them. And the old Foresters, again, they didn't ride bad at all. But just a little clunkier over the bumps, just a little more hesitant, a little harder over the bumps. And this just feels smooth and quiet. And the same's the truth for the engine and the continuously variable transmission. It only has 182 horsepower. It's a little horizontally opposed four-cylinder engine, but it's enough power for a vehicle this size. This does have all-wheel drive standard, and it's also got torque vectoring all-wheel drive. So when you put it in a corner, it over-rotates the back end just a little bit and just makes that turn around the corner just a little bit crisper, a little bit sharper. And a continuously variable transmission. Again, they have reputation for just being kind of loud and buzzy and just feeling kind of unsettled. And this one can be under full throttle, but for most of the time, it feels just a lot better. You hear it kind of rev up, you hear it rev down. In fact, we'll do it now. But it's just not nearly as annoying as it was, and it just feels a lot more natural and just a lot better designed. So I think most owners will really like that anyway. Even Subaru owners who are kind of used to a CVT, I think they're really going to like this a lot. But the rest of it, again, I think the seating position is comfortable. A lot of crossovers, there's a lot of sheet metal and the thick side pillars and stuff. For this, you've got good visibility out of it. Wide flat hood, you can see right out the front of it very well. It looks a little boxy from the outside, but that's, really pays off the inside with the visibility and the way it is to drive this vehicle. And with all the controls, going down the road, touchscreen's a lot easier to use. I like the volume tuning knobs, much easier. Big knobs down below for climate. And the new sunroof is also very nice, just like that as well. And the confidence of knowing you've got that standard safety system above the eyesight system. Again, I think just really adds a lot of confidence to drive this vehicle to keep your family safe. Well, Subaru knew exactly what their customers wanted with the new Forester. It's more refined, it's a little quieter, it's nicer to drive, the interior is a little more luxurious, but at the end of the day, it's still a Forester, and that's exactly what customers want. And something else they want and expect is value for their money. So this car starts just over $24,000. This one, as it's equipped, $33,465. Well, next week we'll have another fun car. Until then, storm forward.